Hey, I'm here in Williston, North Dakota, making a video, letting people know that the oil boom is not what it's cracked up to be. Listen carefully, because I'm going to explain everything very clearly. For starters, the oil companies, they only want to hire people with experience only. 2 to 4 years experience. No questions about it. You have to have experience drilling oil. Also, you have to have 2 to 4 years experience with a CDL and a clean driving record of driving a truck, and prove that experience too. And they will be checking. You also have to have a perfect criminal record, which I know every construction worker has. And you also have to have a clean driving record within the last 3 years. And now they're checking credit scores. Every company is checking credit scores to see if you have outstanding debt, outstanding child support, if you owe medical bills, anything like that. You have to be perfectly clean. It's like you have to be Jesus Christ to get hired for one of these oil companies. And then when you do, you start out at $20 an hour, around there, $19 an hour, and it's seasonal work. And they work you to death in the summer, even though you don't really get a lot of overtime, but you work a lot in the summer, and then in the wintertime, you're out of a job. You're laid off. And it's not really worth it. I'm telling you, a lot of guys quit and they go back home. Now, the people that have been here 5 or 10 years ago, they're the ones making big money. They're the ones driving around in nice trucks. They're the ones that are doing just fine out here. Another thing that's a huge deal that you don't realize is your application gets lost with hundreds of other people's applications, thousands every month. Thousands of people every month apply with the same oil companies, and your application just gets lost with theirs. It's ridiculous. You can't call and follow up. There's no way to contact anyone. It's just, getting hired is you have to know somebody in that company to get in. It can't be a relative though, but it has to be a friend who can get you in that oil company, who knows someone, knows who to talk to, and says, hey, somebody you have to know. It's really like that. I know I lived in Las Vegas for a while, and the casino workers got paid a lot of money. The only way you could get in and get that job is if you knew somebody, like really know somebody, not just met some guy. And then another thing is you have to prove that you have housing. You're going to have to live in a camper trailer. There's no question about it. There's no apartments for less than $2,000 a month. So you're going to have to live in a camper trailer, and you're going to have to bring the camper trailer down here. You don't get as much overtime as it used to be. You used to be able to get like 80 hours a week. Now you're getting like 50, maybe 60 on a really busy week. So you're not making that much money, $19 an hour. And then, like I said, it's seasonal anyway. You're going to get laid off. And out here in North Dakota, laws are different. I don't know if you can collect unemployment if you're laid off, because I think they just give you hardly any hours a week but keep you employed. So they make you want to quit, is what they do. They trick you so you can't even get unemployment. Other jobs besides for oil companies, you're not going to get anything more than $10 to $14 an hour. All these companies, they advertise $18, $17 an hour on the internet, but when you go there in person, that's not how much they're paying. They're paying $11, $12, $13 an hour is what they're paying. 14 is the most you're going to see. You're not going to get any entry-level job anywhere making 15, unless you're like an electrician or something like that, then yeah. And then no matter what other regular job you get, you will not get any overtime. They will not allow you any overtime because the pay wages are higher, and there's plenty of workers available. It's not a shortage on workers here. It's a shortage on oil workers here with experience and machine operator licenses, and who know how to drive CDL trucks and have experience doing it. That's the shortage. But regular workers, you're not getting overtime. You're working for $10 to $14 an hour, and you're not getting a raise. Do not think you're going to get a raise. You're not getting a promotion because the manager wants to keep his job. And really, you should expect any job you get to be overworked and have non-stop work to do while on your shift, because you're not gonna. Everybody's overworked here. Everywhere you go, you have to wait for everything. You have to wait to get waited on, and it's kind of ridiculous. You're not gonna just show up and start getting tons of money and sit and take it easy at your job. You're gonna be working hard no matter where you work. And then the managers do treat people badly because the average worker lasts anywhere from 1 to 3 months. That's how long everyone lasts. So they treat everyone like dirt because they're so used to hiring and firing new people all the time that it's stupid. They can't keep employees, and so they treat everyone like dirt. Another thing is, it does take, for the oil companies, it takes like 3 to 6 months minimum for them to actually hire you. I'm not kidding. To go and move out here yourself and find out for yourself. And the regular companies, like, McDonald's or whoever, a tire shop, some retail store, they take months just to hire you. I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 2 months, sometimes 3, just to hire you. So it takes a long time to get hired out here. It's really a stupid process. Another thing is housing. You have to live in a camper trailer. Just trust me. I don't care what you're thinking or what your plan is. You have to live in a camper trailer. An RV or something like that, because there's just no housing available, and the apartments are anywhere from $1,600 to $1,800 a month on average, and you're not going to want to pay that. Also, in the wintertime, in a camper, you will have no running water because it will freeze your pipes and burst your pipes, and then you'll ruin the whole camper trailer. So, unless you really want to risk it, plus it's going to freeze anyway, so you won't be able to run it anyway. So everyone showers at the gym, and the campsites, they use a porta potty, so you have a porta potty outside to go to share with other people, and that's in the wintertime, especially. And everything is expensive because of higher wages. The campsites, see, right now you see the roads are clear, but the campsites, you will need four-wheel drive. Any of these side roads, right now you don't see it, but any of the side roads, like where I started out at, just to show you guys, you will need four-wheel drive for the potholes and for the mud and the snow. They do not plow snow here, and when it snows, they say 30% chance of snow. It means it's going to be a few inches. It never snows 1 inch here, ever. I've never seen 1 inch of snow. It's always like 3 or 4 inches minimum. It does snow a lot here, and they never plow. And everyone just drives on it, and it turns into ice, and then all the roads are covered in ice. I'm not even exaggerating. Tons of people have studded tires, and you just don't know it. Also, it is kind of hard to get an RV camper spot. You're going to pay anywhere from $850 plus electricity to the nicer places $1,100 plus electricity, and it's actually kind of hard to get a spot. It's not that easy. This is the Williston, obviously, I'm driving through, by the way. You do have to wait for everything. Most places give you an hour lunch break because they know that you can't go get lunch in a half an hour. You can go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco John's and McDonald's. During lunchtime or dinner time, it's going to be a half hour to 45 minutes before you even get to order and get your food. You'll be standing in line for 15 minutes before you order, and then another 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to get your food. I'm not exaggerating at all. It's a Sunday, so right now you don't see how busy it is. But it gets busy, believe me. And that's why I say every job is overworked out here. There's no girls or women that are single. There's girls and women here, but they're not single, and you can tell. And you're wasting your time trying to if you live in a camper, you are going to need propane heaters because the power does go out, and you're going to be stuck with no heat when it's 10 below. And 10 below is the average nightly temperature. 10 below is very common here. 20 below is a little whatever, a little unusual. 30 below is unusual, but it happens. I've seen it. And when it's that cold, you can't even drive. You don't even want to start your car. You'll ruin the engine. If you try to drive, your car will never warm up, and you can snap a rod. There are a lot of theft. There's a lot of theft and a lot of fights. People get in fights all the time here because they're mad, and a lot of theft because people come down here and make money, and they're not making it, so things get stolen all the time. There really isn't much to do except 2 movie theaters downtown I'm approaching, and people are leaving this town fast. As fast as a few months, 6 months, a year. A lot of people don't even make it a year. Most people just leave it after a few months, or after 6 months or so. 3 to 6 months, most people just leave. That's why it's ridiculous. There are $10 an hour jobs out there, but it's because people leave. They move out here away from home. They have high living expenses. They live in a camper with no running water. Everything's a mud pit. You can see the dirt on the road right now. It's just everything's muddy and dirty. And this is the downtown area of Williston, by the way. And people are leaving here quickly. But trust me, if you think you're going to get with an oil company, call them and ask if they're hiring. They'll say, yeah, sure, we've got plenty of positions. They'll lie to your face. And then they'll lie right to you. And then they'll say the magic words. Oh, yeah, just go online and apply. Just apply online. You have to apply online. Oh, okay. Well, that's a sign right there. Just apply online with every hundreds and thousands of other people that month who apply online. And then you'll never hear anything back from them. And that's realistically what's going on out here. They're making all these promises just so they can get one good guy who's got experience in the oil field, or one guy who's got a CDL with a perfect record or something who can drive a truck for them or something like that. And then it should try and ask for an interview if you call them. And same with other companies besides the oil companies. Call them and ask and try and set up an interview over the phone before you move out here. And I guarantee you'll never get an interview. You'll never get one. Because even if you tell them that you live out here, you won't get an interview. That's the train station we just passed, and now that's the end of town. You've seen it all, and there's nothing really to see. Like I said, you must be a machine equipment operator with bulldozers, have experience 2 to 4 years. You got to have a CDL with 2 to 4 years experience. You have to have a clean criminal record, and they look extensively. Clean driving record for 3 years, a clean credit score, and pass a drug test. A lot of them do the hair follicle test too, and look back a year, so they can see in your hair if you've done any drugs. The oil boom is not what it's supposed to be unless you have experience in the oil field. You're an experienced oil worker, then it's a boom town for you. You'll be doing great out here, but otherwise, it's a complete waste of time. Do not come out to Williston, North Dakota unless you want to make $10, $12 an hour and nothing more for the rest of your life. Take care. Good luck, guys. Have a good one.